Hi guys, it is still February 26th and I'm going to do the mission inspiration through the Facebook page that Mike Deakin runs for this month. So, if that made any sense, it feels like I said it all backwards. Anyway, you guys know what this is. I'm sure you've seen it by now. This is the February 2016 list of things we're to do for our page, and I'm just going to go one by one and create it according to what the rules are, and then I'll put my own twist on it. Okay, so first thing we're supposed to do is apply two colors with our fingers. I chose an orange and a pink. Okay, so that's what we're going to do first. So let me back you guys out a little bit. Nope, nope, wrong way. Always go the wrong way. Make sure you can see in frame. I think you gotta go out a little more. There we go. All right. Let's get started. Okay, I dried in between layers too. I don't know, I didn't say that, but I thought I'd let you know that after I put the pink down, I dried, then I put the orange down, and then I dried. Okay, the next thing you're supposed to do is add torn magazine advert fragments. So I don't have magazines that I really want to tear up. Most of the magazines I have are art related, and I'm still not willing to tear them apart for pictures and stuff. I like them the way they are. So, and I don't get a lot of magazines because there's so much on the internet. Anyway, I don't want to get into that. But I do have this magazine that comes, it's not even to me, it's to whomever lives here. It's like current resident type stuff, and it's about health, mindful living and stuff like that. And I usually just throw it away. But I had one laying around, and so I took out and looked through it, and I found animals that I liked in here, and I thought that I would use the animals on this page. You probably won't see them after I'm done. If you see them at all, it'll be very minimal, because I just think by the time I'm through with the page, you won't see it. It's not designed, I'm not going to design it to be seen. But I can't decide which way to go with these. I think this one's so big it has to go that way. This squirrel was being chased by some dog. I don't know if I have the dog anymore. I think it was this dog. It was like this somewhere over here. So put it up here somewhere. A little owl, another little squirrel climbing a tree, cat with his back up, cute little elephant, cute little penguin somewhere, here it is, and then some trees, which I liked. I was going to put those up here. I really don't want the page this way, I want it the other way. I don't know why. It should work if I am careful. Page is still damp. Okay, that'll work in there. That'll work up here. And I may not use all these. This may be all I use. The elephant's so cute. Keep him for something else. The owl. The cat, no. The penguin, no. Elephant, no. I think the owl I'll use. Stick him right there. Oop. Okay, so I'm going to put those down, and then I will come back. next step is to apply a thin layer of gesso. The gesso and I've dried it, and I had these other two images, the little elephant that you saw, and then I had this artworks that was sitting aside there, and I thought I wanted to use both of those, but I didn't want to cover them with gesso, so I'm putting them on top of the gesso. So I'm kind of going out of order, but I don't think that we're supposed to have to stick to any fast rules. I think it's just inspiration to get you going and make you create. So, and if it's not, then oh well, I'm just doing it my way anyway. So I'm going to put these two on with Mod Podge, no deco page. That's what this is. Is to add texture paste through a stencil, and I don't want to use a stencil because I'd have to go clean it off, and usually I don't clean my stencils, and right now I just want to keep working, so I'm going to use what I would call a stencil. It's a a die that I ran through my Vagabond a long time ago, and it created the negative space. This is a Tim Holtz die. The flowers, and so this is the negative space, and I kept it because this is what I use in my scrapbook, where I use all my scraps. So I'm going to use this as my stencil and just put it through here, and I'm going to use light modeling paste because I want it to dry quickly and I don't want to take a long time waiting on it. So light modeling paste would probably dry faster than a heavier modeling paste would. And let's do that one. Okay, that's what I'm going to do now. Is to make marks with a brush or a comb. I don't want to use a comb. I don't want that kind of a stark mark. So I'm going to use a brush, and I thought I'd use a fan brush. And what I'm going to do is take some green paint, water it down on my mat here, put my brush in it, and just tap it over the stencil. And the stencil, I don't think you can tell, but the stencil is very messy. You can't, I mean, you can see the flowers, but they're not like perfect because it's not a hard stencil, it's paper, and I wasn't very neat. You could tell probably from what I was doing that I wasn't being really, really careful. There, that might be a good angle. So I'm just gonna take my brush and kind of go over the modeling paste. I don't know if I'll like it or not. So far, I hate this page. I can't help it. I just don't like it. But, you know, there's hope. If I want to water it down, yeah, I'll water it down. So that's what I'm going to do next. And I'll come back and talk to you in a second. Doesn't say how many times you can do that. It doesn't say just do it once and quit. So I'm gonna take my brush, it's still wet, and I'm gonna put it in the black paint here that I've got on my table. And I'm just gonna do a little bit of a splatter. All right, I'll probably maybe come back in later and do more of that. But for now, that's all we're gonna do. So let me dry this and I'll come back. Okay, the next step is to add here book text shapes. So I've got some book text sitting here, and I'm probably going to either cut some shapes or punch some shapes. I haven't decided, but when I come back, you'll see what I do. Step, use 2 rubber stamps containing text. So all my stamps are in a box packed away, so I do have these 2 out. So I will use these. Next, add doodles with a colored pen. I'm going to assume that he doesn't want us to use a white pen because that's no color, but black pen might be okay because it's all the colors. But I don't think that's what he has in mind. I think he means a color pen. So I'm going to use a Jelly Roll metallic, and I'm not sure which one, so I'm going to test one, and then if it doesn't work, then I'm going to move to the other. So, and this is a green. I wanted to use one of the other colors, but I just don't like it on this page, so. And hopefully these will work on this page, since there's all this stuff on it. Let's see. I'm gonna test this one and see if it works better. No, I like the one I've got. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do now. Is to add a quote or phrase like a ransom note. So I've cut out a bunch of letters and I'm going to glue my letters on. Step is to create a border with washi tape, and I was trying to decide which washi tape to use, and none of them really looked good to me because this page and I are not really bonded. So I'm thinking this one, I'm going to use the black and white dot. I thought maybe the red, but I need something to make it stand out. And I'm going to come in and play with this page, I think. I'm not sure. So let me put this on, and then I'll come back and talk to you. But this is the finished page the way he has had us do it, with the prompts that he gave us. And I don't know, it's not really, well, I was limited, so it's not really me, I don't think. So I'm going to go a little bit rogue. I've accomplished the mission. I've done everything he said, and now I'm going to go a little beyond that. So this is where if you, I guess, get caught by the enemy, it's your own dang fault, right? Because you didn't follow the orders. But I can't help it. I have to do a little bit more to this. I'm going to take my Posca pen, and I'm going to go around the doodles with black. That might help make me happy. Maybe some white. I'm not sure, but I'm going to go and fast forward, and you can watch me play a little bit more with this if you want to. I may go around each letter with black to make them stand out even more, or I may just box it off. I haven't decided. It's got to dry a little bit more, so I'm going to dry a little bit more, and then I'll come back and we'll finish off this page. Actually, I'm going to paint. I'm going to bring in some paint. That's probably against the rules, but I can't help myself. I have to have my blue. I love my blue. So this is where we deviate from the mission. I hope I don't get in trouble. And bring in a little bit of color. going to be done with this. I decided to just smudge around all the letters, smudge around the shapes. This shape here gave me trouble because you can't pull in the full shape because I've covered it with the word create. So I got rid of the paint that I put on there because I didn't like the straight blocky look. I just would rather have the text showing through. So I'm not going to pull out the elephant. I'm going to leave him kind of in the background. I like your eye coming down to that one little white space so that, oh, there's white spaces up here, but you kind of go and look at this and say, what is that? I kind of like that. It looks like he's just hanging on to that egg, trying to stay awake because he's bored or something. I don't know. So I think that's going to be it. I like this exercise. It's fun. I like that he gives you prompts. This particular time I had to go a little further with it. I didn't last time. Last time I stayed within the guidelines and came up with this page. So, all right. Well, thank you for being here. I hope you had a good time and you enjoyed it, and that you're inspired, and that you will be playing along with Mike and his inspiration. I think that it's a great way to start something, and then you feel motivated to kind of work on your page. Even if you don't follow all his prompts, or even if you don't stay on point, you can get off point and create your own thing. As long as you're creating, I think that's all that matters. I could keep doing more to this, but I'm not going to. I actually am going to do one more thing, but I'm going to do it off camera. You don't need to see it. I'm just going to put deco page over the whole thing, seal the whole thing, so that all the markings that I put on there will stay. Okay? Hope you guys have a great evening or afternoon or day or whatever, morning, whatever it is, over wherever you are. And I will see you in the next video, which I'm thinking might be the mixed media morsels. I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see when I get around to it, okay? I'll talk to y'all later. Have a great day. Bye-bye.